Hi, welcome to Moonlit Fly Fishing, Fly Tying Night tonight. I'm Brandon Moon, and tonight we're going to be tying up a really cool pattern. We love traditional soft hackle or spider patterns, and tonight we're going to tie up an October Caddis soft hackle spider. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started and hope you enjoy. The hook that we're going to be using for this today is the Moonlit Premium Tagata ML102. This is a standard forged dry fly hook. And I'm going to start my thread about 3/4 of the way on that hook shank. I'm using Semperfli's Classic Wax in 6/0 burnt orange. I'm going to wrap that all the way to the back at the bend of the hook, leaving my tag end, and you'll see why in a minute. Now I'm just going to go back and forth a few times to create a nice taper to this pattern. Caddis, as you know, have a little bit thicker body, so I want to create a little bit of thickness to this body. So I'll go forward, backwards, about halfway, 3/4, then halfway, and then we'll go in that quarter of that body and back up again. And that's going to give us, you can add 4 steps if you want and just break it up into 4s. Now we're going to take and half hitch this here. Set the thread off to the side so we can use the rotary feature. I'm going to take an alcohol marker with a copper color or dark brown, and I'm going to mark that thread, and the alcohol marker isn't going to bleed when it gets wet, so it's going to hold. Set that off to the side, put the cap on. Now I'm just going to take that thread and I'm going to wrap it around, creating this nice segmentation and segmented look on this pattern, all the way up past the point there. And you can see I wrapped up in there pretty good. I'm just going to take and tie that off, secure it down. Once I've secured it down, I'm going to wrap back over the top of it, take my razor blade and trim that out. You can see we've got a nice tapered body here and a nice segmentation. We're going to take some rusty brown beaver dubbing from Moonlit Fly Fishing. We're going to take a nice little small amount. We're leaving the guard hairs in, and we're just going to create a nice little dubbing rope here. Once we've got that on there, we're going to create our thorax, and this is going to help us splay out our hackle fibers a little bit. We'll just use the rotary feature to wrap that thorax, and you can see that we're leaving a good space in front to wrap our hackle. I'm going to trim out those guard hairs so that they're not too unruly long, but I get a nice buggy look there. Now I'm going to take a Moonlit Quell in a brown natural variant. It's already prepped on the bottom side. Now I'm going to preen the tips and create a tie-in point here. And with that tie-in point, I'm going to take and tie that down and secure it. 2 wraps over the top and then 2 wraps in front just to lock it in place. Then I'm going to take and trim out that tie-in point. And I like to do it this way because it takes and gives me a better grip on the feather. I'm going to take my Tie-Flies hackle tweezers and I'm going to begin to wrap this feather, preening it rearwards with every wrap. And I'm using my fingers to pull the fibers back, but I'm also, you can see, wrapping the feather, the stem, right in front of the previous wrap, which is also helping to push and preen these fibers rearward. Once I've wrapped that with 3 or 4 wraps, depending on how much I want, I'm going to tie that off, secure it down with 2 wraps over the top, 1 in front. Now I'm going to pull the hackle fibers back and create a little bit of a head pulling that back, cleaning it up just a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of super glue, and this I like to do just because it helps make more durable fly and knot. Now I'm just going to pull the fibers back, a couple wraps over the top, and then I'm going to whip finish. There's still a little bit of glue sitting there, and this is just going to seep into that thread as I do my whip finish. Snip that out with a razor blade. Now I'm going to take and pull my hackle stem through that razor blade, and this gives me a nice clean look and cut. And there you have the October Soft Hackle Spider. Thank you.